How awesome is it to be in a room of like-minded people? Definitely make some noise for that. And I really encourage everybody to use the hashtag #TheYoungFabFemale, because just like you might hear something on the stage, you're like, oh, I needed that. There's somebody that follows you that is going to feel that same way when you share the things that you are learning here today. All right, so today our theme for tonight is getting across the line. How do we, as women of color, cross that line to achievement and success, and how do we bring others with us? What obstacles do we face? We've got a fantastic group of amazing women that are going to be on our panel this evening to break down some of those exact questions, and there is a great crowd waiting to hear what they have to say, so let's get started. We're going to jump right into it, ladies. Joy, first up, you said that you wanted to be a journalist since you were a little girl. You are now the fashion editor at the Chronicle. You've had a number of jobs that were stepping stones to where you are right now. What did it take to turn that dream into reality for you?
I think the most important thing is that I verbalized it. I told somebody about, I've been in this job about 10, 11 years. Before I even knew that I was coming back to Houston, I was in Kansas City at the Kansas City Star. I told somebody that I wanted to be the fashion editor at my hometown newspaper. Now, I wasn't even in fashion. I was covering something else. But I knew that that was something I wanted to do. And, you know, I think when you verbalize it, you believe it. It's when you keep those dreams to yourself that you lose focus. But when you tell somebody, and you tell it, and you write it down, and it becomes a mantra almost. And everything that I've done was to that end. So that's how that happened.
You can ever control, be it in career or love, is your reaction to the things that are happening to you. So I'm a big fan of taking a deep breath, because I definitely have moments where I want to fire off an email or I want to say something, and it's like, if everyone just practice taking a deep breath through your nose. Let it out through your nose. Great technique. Breathe in through your nose, hold it 5 seconds, let it out, repeat a few times. It centers you, it balances you, and it'll definitely, probably, hopefully keep you from sitting a step away from the computer screen. Suzette, can we look back on your career as an environmental engineer? I understand that you were usually surrounded by men in the workplace. You worked a lot with oversight and military installations. Did you always feel comfortable, and can you share any insights about working with the good old boys?
No, I was not always comfortable. And just because I was in a different environment, I wasn't around my family, I wasn't around my people, if you will. I do have to say, I learned how to be prepared. So you can be very confident in yourself if you're prepared. And I do think sometimes young professionals forget that. Yep. People listen to you when you have something to say. So you can be very assertive, you can dress a certain way, but if your stuff isn't tight, then everything that you've been trying to build or project, it's going to all crumble. When I worked with these guys, I worked in the environmental engineering business for about 17 years, and I had 4 states in the South, so I worked with Bubba. And Bubba became my friend. Bubba became my friend. Why? Number one, I had to decide that I wasn't going to wear my female, my gender, and my skin color on my sleeve. Although I'm a pro-black kind of girl, and but I was going to let my work speak for itself. Number 2, I was new. I was young, I was inexperienced. I needed Bubba's help because Bubba knew the job. Bubba had all the connections. And before I could ever excel, I was going to have to learn how to play the game. And somebody was going to have to teach me how to play the game. And I was surrounded by Bubba. So I really had a choice. And ladies, you always have choices. You always have choices. And you do want to count the costs. You want to count the costs. What are you willing to have to give up in order to do the things that you want to do, to make the connections that you need to stretch yourselves to the point of burnout, breakdown. And if you do that, you're great. That's not right. That's not the truth. You do have to learn balance. The world's trying to tell you that you know you can work during the day and party all night. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So there are some decisions you do have to make in your life, okay? I guess my comment would be to be prepared, be very good at what you do, and also to remain humble. Be willing to accept help from the king makers. Don't have to compromise who you are, but you've got to know how to have relationships with the king makers in order to ascend. Listen to the old folks sometimes. God is still good. And the Lord still wants to help you in your career. He created everything, every profession, every system. He created it all. He's the God of medicine, healthcare, the legal field, engineering, architecture. He created all of it. Why not plug into the one who created all that you're trying to be?
As much as it does people that are, being seen in the fashions?
Oh, definitely, especially now with social media. You have everybody who is a fashion fan, has a blog, has an Instagram, has something, or who is claiming to be an expert, and so you have a whole generations below you who are not necessarily jockeying for your job, but they are jockeying for your job. I guess your situation more than anything, because if anybody knew how hard I work, they wouldn't want my job. No, really. If they saw how all the stuff that I do behind the scenes, they see me at events, they see me talking to designers or somebody celebrity, and that looks all great and it's wonderful. But all the things I have to do, I was in the office. I was in the office. I had 3 stories to write today, and I can write on demand. Most people can't do that. Most people, and I'm a good writer, and I'm good at what I do. Oh, thank you. I'm talking about these ladies here. This is fantastic. And I'm good at what I do, but I work really hard at it. And one other thing is, it's not just about working hard. I love being a journalist. I do. I've done corporate communications. I could make twice as much money if I drive a better car than I do right now. If I did that, but I love what I do, and and again, it was that calling that I had as a little girl. But I also know there will be a time where I'll step out of this job, and hopefully somebody will come behind me, and I have paved the way for somebody to do just as good a job as I did, or better. But I can't worry about that. I don't stress about that. I just keep doing what I do, and keep doing what I do. And keep learning and growing. Even in my age now, I am still learning every day. And I interview people. I interviewed Camille. I learned something from her. I interviewed Devi and Denise. But I learn something every day, and I take away a little bit, and it makes me a better person, and it makes me a better woman.
It's a reality, and y'all are young and fabulous, and we're fabulous, and not maybe as young as you all. But one thing Suzette said is you can't expect to be up all night partying and come to work or school or whatever it is and get your A game on. I've been practicing surgery for 20 years. I'm not as young as I used to. The liposuction gets to you after the end of the day. So take care of your body. You only have one. And it really is important how you take care of it, what you eat, what you drink, how you sleep, what you do, how you affirm, how you meditate, how you feed your, nourish your soul. The second part I'm going to say is have a plan for the end. I am 13 years in my practice. I'm at halftime. I got to figure out what's going to happen in the second half of my life because I'm not going to be doing liposuction when I'm 70. So, I can't. Really. You have to have a goal for your financial success. And you can't buy everything that's shiny and pretty. And I'm the queen of delayed gratification because I didn't start making any money until I was 33. When I was a senior resident, I had a nanny that took care of my kids. She got half my paycheck. So that means she and I made the same amount of money. I drove the same car for 11 years because that's how it is. I bought a building instead of buying a new car. I don't, you know what? Have a vision so that you're not working like so many people until they die because they got to work to maintain a certain lifestyle. There needs to be planning for finances because the reality is your maximum earning potential is now. So make it work, make it count. So think for the future, take care of your business.
Incredible amounts of money trying to keep up with the Joneses. I have a magazine called Jones Magazine, okay? I get to keep up with the Joneses, but you have to chart your own path. You have to decide what are my goals. Like, I believe there's nothing more important in life than goal clarification. You want some babies? Get you some babies. That means that you may not be able to do this, this, and this. You want 5 kids? Okay. You can do anything that you want to do, but you can't do everything that you want to do. And that's a sad, harsh reality. And you know, the just add water.
I don't think you do everything all at the same time.
Right, exactly. You can't do it all at the same time. And to this point that Joy was talking about of Instagram fame, you cannot eat likes. You cannot spend likes. You may have 5,000 Facebook friends. You cannot call them from jail to come bail you out. I love the advent of technology. It's amazing, but do not forget to live in the real world. Real, authentic relationships, people that you can call where you, listen girl, they about to put me out my house. Can I borrow $500? Yep. I'm coming over with the money. Do you have those real, authentic relationships? Somebody, you know, their mother dies, and you send them a note on Facebook. Pick up the phone, call them, and talk to them. Those relationships are what are going to feed you. A tribe. I mean, I was a single mother. I got married a year ago, remarried, right? So I was a single mother for a long time, and people that know me personally know that my daughter was horrifically ill for a period of time. She's totally fine now. You know, move on from the sad face. But horrifically ill, and it was my tribe of women. It was my village of relationships that kept me alive and why I'm standing here today. So I just want to really caution you, you know, don't do it for the gram. Do it for real. Make sure you own your car, own your house, invest, you know, make sure you're doing a 401k match. Make all that they tell you, even you think you have all the time in the world, do it right now because it plants the seed and lays the foundation for excellence and for your capability to take risks. We can't take risks because we owe 25 people, you know, a payment on the first. So you can't do anything amazing. How are you supposed to do amazing things when you're fettered, when someone owns you, right? And we're all owned as a community because we are prioritizing what we look like instead of what we are. And also to add on that, get out of the false sense of competition from what you see on other people's Instagrams and Twitter. It's not real. It's not real. And they may just be going at a different pace than you. You know, you may not be ready for that opportunity because God is crafting your character right now and He made you in another way. So don't see someone posting a purse or posting shoes or posting a cool experience and say, God, we're the same age, why am I not doing that yet? Or that's kind of what I want to be doing. How am I? It's just not for you right now, and that may not be real. So don't judge and change your life's plan.
To help you with the things that you don't know. Entrepreneurship is, I am a doctor, I'm a surgeon, I am a business owner. It's a lot of work, but I get to set my hours and I get to say, I'm taking a vacation and I understand that I'm gonna take a pay cut this week because I'm not working. And so there's trade-offs to everything. But that's part of, not necessarily always knowing the road you're gonna take, but being open to explore it and then just kind of dominating it. I remember, interviewing with a white group of male plastic surgeons. And I thought, man, this is awesome. I'm a woman, I'm good, I've been well trained. They should really just be dying to have me as part of their practice. And they're like, well, are you finished having kids? And no, and all those illegal questions in medicine. You just expect them. But they underestimated me then, but they don't underestimate me now.
In the country, making a great six-figure salary, living the life. It wasn't working for me. Okay? I decided I wanted the life that I knew God had for me. Okay? I walked away from that job, literally with no job. No job. I went in and quit a job with no job. I sat at my desk and I said, God, you know I'm about to walk over here. That's how I talk to him. We have a really good relationship. I said, I'm about to walk over here and I'm about to quit this job. You got to take care of me. And I stood on that. I left, and the next day I got a call about the one resume I sent to Houston, because I was living in Los Angeles. I got a call for the one resume I sent to Houston. Now, again, I said I was making a six-figure salary. I was then going to make an hourly wage, but it was worth it for me. So when I tell you, I found okay with being uncomfortable, honey, rest and believe, I found okay with being uncomfortable, because what I gained by losing that six-figure salary and the stress that landed me in the hospital in January thinking I was having a heart attack or a stroke at 38, not gonna happen, she's too cute, not doing it. But what I mean by that is, I'm still, a year later, I mean, I was promoted, so I got a salary, but it wasn't what I was making, but it was okay for me to be uncomfortable because I was able to write my own ticket and change my life for myself. My life for myself. So I am a huge advocate of being uncomfortable, but just know it doesn't last forever. If you have an end goal, and if you have it clearly defined, everything that these women have said resonates with me and how I live my life. You clearly define what the goal is. Praise you, God bless you.
I was say, while we had that little law, I was actually going to make the comment, put the man on the burner if you're not married, while you're developing your career. Because trying to mix the man with the career, it muddies up the water. Well, especially the wrong one. But I tell you, I got married, I was a little shy of 30. And that's my advice. I tell you, put the guy on the burner, because there will be men from now till eternity. Now, if you have a man, a lot of y'all don't agree with this. Well, maybe you will. If you have a man, and all he wants to do is go to sleep with you, you need another man. That's messing up your soul. That's messing up your psyche. You're tying, you're making a soul tie that doesn't legally belong to you yet. And that's why you're always upset. Happy one day, crying the next day, wondering if he's going to call. Is he going to pay for the meal? Is he going to yourself through that stress? So, you know what, it's an opinion, it is an opinion, but I found that to have a boyfriend even when I was in college, to have a boyfriend and try to make good grades did not work for me. To have a boyfriend and try to excel in my area just didn't work for me because I was always thinking about him. And I was rearranging my schedule so I could be with him. And I know some of y'all are saying, well, hey, you can rearrange your schedule to be with me. I'm sorry, ladies. Females are just wired differently. And we make ourselves available to our men. So I just think, just put him on the back burner. And if he really loves you, if he really wants you, he'll support you. And when it's time to come back, pick him up, go back, pick him up.
We have just a couple things. One, I just want to thank you ladies for being so important tonight. You taught us, preached to us.